Hello, I'm Dr. Linda Parker, a wellness educator focused on longevity, circulation, and confident aging. Today, I'm sharing a story that began with a line I kept hearing from a man in his 70s who sat down in my office, smiled like he was half proud and half embarrassed, and said, "My 65-year-old wife begs me to stop, keeping this to myself." He meant his natural secret, the small routine he started at home that quietly transformed his energy, his comfort, and the ease he felt in his body and in his marriage. He'd been testing it, tracking it, and getting results so consistent that his wife told him, "Please stop treating it like an experiment and tell your friends. People need this." That is exactly what I'm going to do now. Hand you a gentle, practical system you can begin tonight. One that helps men and couples regain calm, circulation, and confidence without gadgets or complicated protocols. Here's the heart of it. The most powerful changes after 50 rarely come from a single supplement or a dramatic plan. They come from a small, repeatable sequence that your body can learn, trust, and follow. The routine I'm about to share has 3 parts that work together: a morning circulation primer, a midday movement anchor, and an evening wind-down ritual that signals safety to your nervous system and comfort to your lower abdomen and pelvis. I'll explain exactly what to do, why it works, and how to keep it simple enough to last. You'll never hear me promise miracles. What you will hear is a clear path that respects your body's biology in midlife and beyond, especially if you want steadier nights, stronger daytime energy, and a quieter, more confident presence in your relationship. Let's start with the morning circulation primer. Most men over 50 do 2 things that sabotage their day before it begins. They underhydrate, and they eat quickly without oxygenating their blood. The primer corrects both in less than 10 minutes. The moment you wake up, sit on the edge of the bed, place one hand on your chest and one on your abdomen, and breathe in through your nose for 4 counts, out through your mouth for 6 counts, 8 times. This does 2 quiet but powerful things. First, it lengthens the exhale, which nudges the nervous system away from fight or flight and toward a calmer state that supports blood flow to the core. Second, it teaches your diaphragm to move again. Your diaphragm is a pump for venous return and lymph flow. When it moves well, your circulation improves from the inside out. After those 8 breaths, drink a full glass of water. Then mix a second glass. Water, plus a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of mineral salt, if your clinician says it's safe for you. That second glass replaces overnight losses and supports the fluid balance your heart and vessels need to start the day without heaviness. Breakfast is where the natural secret becomes practical and enjoyable. Twice a week, add a small bowl of fresh pomegranate arils to whatever you normally eat. On 2 other days, use a modest portion of watermelon or a cup of unsweetened pomegranate juice diluted with water. These fruits aren't magic, they are strategic. They bring hydration, polyphenols, and support for endothelial function, the inner lining of your blood vessels, so the body feels more willing to send healthy flow where it's needed, including the lower abdomen and pelvic region. Pair that with a protein source you tolerate well, and you've just handed your metabolism a stable, oxygen-friendly start. 4 days is enough. You don't need them every day. The goal is consistent signals, not a sugar festival. If you must keep breakfast very simple, add a handful of unsalted pumpkin seeds to a plain yogurt. Pumpkin seeds support general male wellness, and many men find them comfortable and sustainable. Now the midday movement anchor. Most adults over 50 lose the day to chairs. The result is stiff hips, a lower back that complains, and a pelvis that quietly tightens. That tightness translates into less comfortable sitting, more pressure, and a feeling of heaviness at night. The midday anchor is a 20-minute walk at a conversational pace, Not a workout, not a punishment, not a badge. Just a daily mailman's loop through your neighborhood or around your home. If you want an easy rule, 15 minutes steady and in the middle, 2 minutes a touch faster, then back to steady. If weather is uncooperative, step inside your hallway or living room and alternate 2 minutes marching in place with 2 minutes of gentle side steps until you hit 20 minutes. This single anchor is the difference between a body that compresses through the afternoon and a body that keeps the blood moving and the pelvis from gripping. Your knees and your mood will thank you. Add a micro unlock for the hips that takes less than 2 minutes. Stand, hold the back of a chair, and draw 5 slow hip circles in each direction with one leg, then the other. You will feel silly the first time. You'll feel grateful by the 3rd day. Those circles remind the deep hip flexors not to cement themselves into a seated shape. When hip flexors soften, the front of the pelvis stops pulling forward, and the lower abdomen regains space. Space is a friend to circulation and comfort. Now the evening wind-down ritual, the piece that made my patient's wife smile and say, "Please stop keeping this a secret." This ritual has 3 quiet layers: a warm foot soak, a pelvic calming breath sequence, and a simple comfort application to the lower abdomen using either dry warmth or, if you like, a light external oiling over intact skin that you tolerate. Start with the foot soak. Fill a basin with comfortably warm water, add a handful of Epsom salt if your clinician agrees, and soak both feet for 10 minutes before dinner or an hour after. Warmth at the feet draws tension down and out. It's a switch that tells your nervous system, "We are landing." While you soak, practice 4 rounds of a breath called 4-6-8. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold gently for 6. Exhale through your mouth for 8. The extended exhale, slightly longer than the hold, slows your heart's tempo and invites the pelvic floor to release hidden gripping. You're not forcing anything. You're sounding a signal to the body that the day is complete. After the soak, dry your feet, dim the lights in the room, and lie down on your back for the comfort application. If your skin is intact and non-reactive, you can place a warm compress or a lightly oiled cloth just on the lower abdomen between the navel and the pubic bone, covered by a thin towel, with a very low-heat pad or warm water bottle on top for 20 to 30 minutes. This is not about heat intensity. It's about steady, quiet weight and mild warmth that says to your belly and pelvis, "It's safe to soften." If your skin is sensitive, skip the oil and use dry warmth. If you're not sure, start with dry warmth for a week before adding any oil. Do not apply oil to sensitive areas. Keep it external and gentle. Many men are surprised by how quickly the whole area stops feeling guarded. That guard often contributes to night awakenings and a sense of urgency at bedtime. When it drops, the evening becomes calmer. I want you to understand why this trio works. Breath changes the electrical conversation between your brainstem and your core muscles. Warmth at the feet and across the lower abdomen shifts blood to the surface for a while, creating a quiet cascade that eases deep muscular clenching. The walk protects you from the day's sitting load. Pomegranate or watermelon remind the vascular system how to behave kindly, and the morning hydration sets blood volume up for a smoother rhythm. None of these pieces is extreme. Together, they're a traffic plan that reduces congestion where you feel it most. Let me give you the story that inspired today's title. The gentleman who walked into my office, let's call him Daniel, had spent 5 years resigned to restless evenings and a body that felt like it had forgotten how to be comfortable. He insisted he wasn't looking for a miracle. He wanted steadiness. I taught him the 3-part routine and asked him to keep a simple tally on a calendar, a check mark for each completed step, and a dot for each night he woke up fewer times than usual. After 3 weeks, he returned with a grin. "I'm not perfect," he said, "but I'm different." His words, not mine. My 65-year-old wife keeps telling me to stop treating this like some weird little thing and share it with the guys from church. What changed for him was specific. His evenings felt less jumpy. He still woke some nights, but he fell back asleep faster. He could sit through a full movie without shifting every 10 minutes. He didn't feel the same pressure at the end of the day, and his wife noticed a calmer presence at home, which is what she'd been missing most. That's when she begged him to stop, keeping the routine to himself. He didn't stop. He started mentoring 2 neighbors through it. They laughed because it sounded too simple, until it wasn't. I know you like steps you can put straight into your life, so here is a clear 7-day entry plan. Day 1. Do the 8 morning breaths and 2 glasses of water. Add pomegranate or watermelon to breakfast. Take a 20-minute walk, and finish the evening with a 10-minute foot soak and 20 minutes of dry warmth on the lower abdomen. Set your phone to night mode and read something quiet. Do not chase perfect results. Chase completion. Day 2, repeat the morning primer. Keep the walk, even if it means circling your home. During the foot soak, add the 4-6-8 breath for 3 rounds and notice how the exhale feels. If your evening schedule runs late, move the soak earlier. The body only needs consistency, not a single perfect time. Day 3, keep everything the same and add the hip circles after lunch. 5 each direction per side. This is the day many men report that their lower back feels strangely cooperative. It's not strange. Hips that move stop asking the lower back to do their job. Day 4. If your skin is calm and you want to test the lightly oiled cloth on the lower abdomen, do a small patch test first earlier in the day. If there's no irritation, try the very thin oiling under a warm compress for 20 minutes at night. If your skin is sensitive, stay with dry warmth. The result you want is comfort, not a new project. Day 5, add a simple posture reset at noon. Stand with your back to a wall, heels a few inches out, back of head gently touching the wall, and breathe for 1 minute. This resets the upper spine, which frees the diaphragm. Free diaphragm, calmer core. Day 6, keep it light. Walk, breathe, soak, warmth. Short and sweet. Many men feel an urge to add layers here. Don't. Let your nervous system learn that this ritual is predictable and gentle. Day 7. Assess like a craftsman. Don't judge. What changed in 7 days? Did you finish more evenings with a quiet chest? Did the lower abdomen feel less guarded? Did sitting feel easier? Write 2 observations in a notebook. That notebook is your best ally because it reminds you that change is not a feeling. Change is a pattern. Now do it for 3 more weeks. I know that sounds like a lot, but it is just 28 evenings and 28 short walks, anchored by breath and supported by a fruit strategy that is simple to shop for and easy to enjoy. At the end of the month, pick 2 metrics to keep, not 10. For example, time to fall asleep and comfort while sitting after dinner. Keep those 2. Retire the rest. Let me answer the questions men and partners ask me most. How late should you stop fluids in the evening? For many, tapering after late afternoon works well. Hydrate earlier, enjoy dinner without large beverages, and sip only if you're thirsty after the soak. You are balancing comfort with hydration. Your morning primer will take care of the rest. Can you use herbal tea at night? Yes, if it is mild and you tolerate it. A small cup of chamomile or lemon balm an hour before bed is often soothing. Keep the mug small. The goal is calm, not volume. What about supplements? Keep them simple. If your clinician has you on a plan, respect it. This routine is designed to work with or without pills because it's based on rhythm and gentle physiology. You don't need a new cabinet to feel better. Is it normal to have 1 bad night after 3 good ones? Completely. The nervous system learns in waves. Don't turn a single restless night into a story about failure. Count the number of calm evenings per week. That number is the one that matters. What if you can't do the foot soak? Replace it with a warm shower and finish with 30 seconds of warmer water on your calves and feet. Dry thoroughly, put on warm socks, and proceed with the breath and warmth on the lower abdomen. Is it identical? No. Is it effective? Very often, yes. What if you travel? Pack a small foldable basin or plan for the warm shower variation. Bring a lightweight scarf to use as a warm compress and keep the breath sequence. The core of the routine is portable if you remember that its power is rhythm. If you live with a partner, invite them into the wind down, not to fix you, to share the signal. When two people agree to dim the lights, lower the voices, and treat the evening like a landing instead of a second work shift, the whole home changes tone. That tone is where confidence grows. It's easier to be kind when your nervous system isn't bracing. I want to share 2 more stories because they capture the subtle but real wins that change lives. A couple in their late 60s sent a message after 6 weeks. He wrote, "I'm less reactive. Even when I wake at night, I'm not annoyed at my body." She wrote, "We laugh more in the evening. I think the foot soak stole his grumpiness." Another man, a retired teacher, said, "I thought I needed a complicated plan. Turns out I needed a few things done very well at the same time for many days." That sentence should be printed and taped to the bathroom mirror. A few things done very well at the same time for many days. You may wonder why a simple ritual can affect how you feel about your relationship. The answer is that steadiness is contagious. When your body stops bracing, your tone softens. When your evenings are gentler, conversation returns. When you feel less pressure in your lower abdomen, your posture opens. The person who loves you notices before you do. That's why the wives and partners in these stories so often say, "Please, stop keeping this to yourself." They feel the climate shift at home. Use this final checklist to keep yourself honest. Did you breathe 8 times before your feet touched the floor this morning? Did you drink your 2 glasses of water? Did you add the fruit strategy twice this week? Not 7 times, just twice. Did you walk 20 minutes and move your hips? Did you protect the evening with warmth and quiet? If you can say yes to 4 of those 5 on most days, you are already in a different chapter. If you've listened this far, you already know the single sentence I want you to remember. It's never too late for your body to feel more at home, and small, reliable signals, breath, hydration, movement, warmth, teach it how. Start tonight. Set a basin by the chair, fold a towel, place a warm compress within reach, and tell the room by dimming a light, "We're landing now." Your heart will hear it. Your vessels will hear it. Your partner will hear it. And in a month, you may catch yourself smiling at how something this gentle could be this effective. If this message brought you clarity, choose one step and begin. If it reminded you of someone who needs a calmer evening and a steadier body, share it with them. If you want more guidance like this, practical, kind, and respectful of the way midlife bodies work, join me next time. I'll keep showing you how to build vitality you can actually live inside, one small ritual at a time. Disclaimer: this is educational content and not medical advice. If you have ongoing symptoms, recent surgery, acute pain, cardiovascular conditions, or skin sensitivities, consult a qualified professional before starting or modifying your routine.